The Clockmaker's Secret. Chapter 1. The Timeless Village. In the heart of a valley surrounded by gentle hills and vibrant meadows, there lay a village that time seemed to forget. Cobblestone streets wound through the quaint town, leading to a central square where stood an ancient clock tower, the pride of the village. This clock, however, had not ticked in many years, its hands frozen at the stroke of midnight. The villagers had grown accustomed to its silence, the tower serving more as a relic than a keeper of time. Among the villagers was a curious and bright-eyed girl named Ada. Her grandfather, the village's revered clockmaker, had once tended to the clock tower with unwavering dedication until he passed away, leaving behind tales of a hidden mechanism that could revive the clock's magic. Ada, who inherited her grandfather's workshop and his knack for mechanics, dreamed of unlocking the secret and bringing the clock back to life. One evening, as Ada sifted through her grandfather's old notes and tools, she stumbled upon a hidden compartment in his workbench. Inside, she found a peculiar key, unlike any she had seen before, with intricate gears and symbols etched into its metal. Alongside the key was a cryptic note that read, "To awaken time, one must first journey through it." Filled with determination and armed with her grandfather's key, Ada set out under the cover of starlight to the clock tower in the village square. The air was still, and the only sound was the crunch of her boots on the cobblestone path. As she approached the tower, a sense of anticipation filled her heart. The tower's door, usually locked and barred, creaked open at her touch, as if welcoming her. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the scent of aged wood. Ada climbed the winding staircase, her hand tracing the stone walls, feeling the vibrations of a hidden life within them. At the top of the tower, Ada found herself in the clock's mechanism room, a cavernous space filled with gears, pendulums, and springs of all sizes, all silent and still. In the center of the room stood the heart of the clock, a grand mechanism that seemed to await the key's return. Ada, with a slight tremor of excitement, inserted the key into an inconspicuous lock hidden amongst the gears. As she turned the key, a faint hum began to fill the room, growing louder as the gears and pendulums stirred to life. The clock tower, long silent, began to tick once more, its sound echoing through the night. But as the clock awoke, so too did something else. The air shimmered, and the space around Ada twisted and warped, enveloping her in a blinding light. When her vision cleared, she found herself no longer in the tower, but standing at the edge of the village, which looked both familiar and strange under a sky bright with unknown constellations. Ada realized then that her grandfather's note spoke true. To awaken time, she had embarked on a journey through it. The village before her was the same, yet different, caught in a time long before her own. As the first chapter closes, Ada stands at the threshold of her adventure, the clock towers ticking a distant but constant companion. Her quest to revive the clock's magic had become a quest through time itself, with the secrets of the past waiting to be unveiled. Her journey through the timeless village had just begun. Chapter 2. The Echoes of Yesterday. As Ada stood at the edge of the village, now draped in the hues of a time long past, she felt both excitement and trepidation at the journey that lay ahead. The villagers, dressed in garments from a bygone era, went about their day, oblivious to the presence of an anomaly in their midst. Ada, clutching her grandfather's key, knew she must tread carefully to uncover the secrets needed to restore the clock and return to her own time. Her first encounter was with a kind-hearted blacksmith who noticed her bewildered expression. Mistaking her for a lost traveler, he offered guidance and shared tales of the village, including legends of the clock tower. It's said that the clock has the power to unite or divide the fabric of time itself, he whispered, casting a glance towards the tower that stood, even then, silent and imposing against the skyline. Emboldened by the blacksmith's tales, Ada realized that the key to unlocking the clock's magic and her path home lay in understanding its history. She decided to visit the village archives, a repository of ancient manuscripts and artifacts, housed in a building that, in her time, lay in ruins. Inside the archives, amidst scrolls and tomes, Ada found the chronicles of the clock tower's creation, penned by an ancestor of her own family. The clock, she learned, was not merely a keeper of time, but a guardian against chaos, designed to maintain the balance between the past, present, and future. Its creator, a clockmaker of extraordinary skill and vision, had imbued the clock with magic to protect the village and its people from the ravages of time. As Ada delved deeper into the texts, she uncovered references to a celestial alignment, a rare event that empowered the clock with the ability to open gateways through time. It was during one such alignment, the texts revealed, that the clock's magic could be fully harnessed or, if mishandled, lead to its own undoing. Armed with this knowledge, Ada understood what she must do. The celestial alignment was approaching once more, and with it, her chance to restore the clock's magic and secure her return to her own time. But to do so, she needed to repair the clock's mechanism fully, ensuring it could withstand the power of the alignment. Returning to the clock tower, Ada worked tirelessly, using her skills as a clockmaker's granddaughter and the insights gained from the past. She repaired and recalibrated the gears, realigned the pendulums, and infused the heart of the clock with the magic described in the ancient texts. As the night of the celestial alignment arrived, Ada ascended the tower once more. The village lay quiet below, the stars above aligning in a dance of cosmic light. Ada, with the key in the lock and her hand on the mechanism, whispered a hope for the future as she turned the key. The clock began to chime, its sound resonant and clear, cutting through the silence of the night. The gears turned, the pendulum swung, and the magic within the clock tower awakened fully, its light enveloping Ada in a warm embrace. The air shimmered around her, the fabric of time bending and weaving under the clock's command. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the light faded, and Ada found herself standing in the clock tower of her own time, the chimes of midnight echoing through the village. The clock tower's hands began to move once more, its ticking a steady heartbeat that reassured the villagers of Eldridge that time, in all its complexity, was once again in harmony. Ada, looking out over the village she had saved, felt a profound connection to her grandfather, the clock, and the village that time would never forget. Her adventure through time had ended, but the tales of the clockmaker's secret, and the girl who journeyed through the echoes of yesterday, to bring light to the future, would be told for generations to come. The end.